Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview, book of 2 Chronicles, Chapter 5. Let's get started now. The book of 2 Chronicles Chapter 5 tells the story of the dedication of the temple that King Solomon built for the Lord in Jerusalem. This chapter describes the bringing of the Ark of the Covenant into the temple, the praises and worship offered by the Levites and priests, and the glory of the Lord filling the temple. The chapter begins with the priests and Levites bringing the Ark of the Covenant from the city of David to the temple that Solomon had built for it. The Ark was carried by the priests using poles, as had been commanded by the Lord. The Ark contained the tablets of the law that had been given to Moses on Mount Sinai, the symbol of God's covenant with his people. When the Ark was brought into the temple, the priests and Levites placed it in the most holy place, under the wings of the cherubim that were fashioned from gold. The poles used to carry the Ark were still visible, reminding the people of the importance of obedience to God's commands. Once the Ark had been placed in the most holy place, the priests and Levites left the temple to join the people who had gathered outside. The people were filled with excitement and anticipation, knowing that the presence of the Lord was about to be manifested in their midst. The chapter then describes the worship and praise that was offered by the Levites and priests. The Levites played instruments and sang praises to God, while the priests offered sacrifices and burnt offerings on the altar. The worship and praise were characterized by joy, thanksgiving, and adoration, reflecting the people's deep love and reverence for the Lord. As the worship and praise continued, the glory of the Lord filled the temple, causing the priests to be unable to stand or minister. The cloud of the Lord's glory was so thick that it filled the entire temple, signifying his presence among his people. The glory of the Lord had filled the temple just as he had promised, demonstrating his faithfulness to his covenant and his love for his people. The teachings and applications of this story are numerous, providing us with insights and lessons that are relevant to our lives today. First and foremost, the story emphasizes the importance of God's presence in our lives. The temple was the place where God's presence was manifested, and the glory of the Lord filled it in a tangible way. Similarly, we too can experience the presence of God in our lives through prayer, worship, and reading His Word. Secondly, the story highlights the importance of obedience to God's commands. The poles used to carry the Ark were still visible, reminding the people of the importance of obedience to God's commands. Similarly, we too must strive to obey God's commands and live our lives in accordance with His will and purpose. The story also emphasizes the importance of worship and praise. The Levites and priests offered worship and praise to God with joy, thanksgiving, and adoration, reflecting their deep love and reverence for the Lord. Similarly, we too must offer worship and praise to God with a sincere heart and a spirit of gratitude, acknowledging His goodness and faithfulness in our lives. Finally, the story highlights the importance of God's faithfulness to His covenant and His love for His people. The glory of the Lord filled the temple just as He had promised, demonstrating His faithfulness to His covenant and His love for His people. Similarly, we too can trust in God's faithfulness and love, knowing that He will always keep His promises and be with us in every circumstance. In conclusion, the book of 2 Chronicles Chapter 5 provides us with a powerful account of the dedication of the temple that King Solomon built for the Lord in Jerusalem. Through this story, we can learn valuable lessons about the importance of God's presence in our lives, the need for obedience. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.